is up? Welcome to SilverPenguinArtyCrafty. My name is Anna. Now if you like home decor, DIY crafting videos, and this is the place to be, I release new videos every single week. So please do hit that subscribe button and turn on the notifications when YouTube asks to be one of the first to know when I upload a new video. So today I am bringing you 5 different ways to make felt flowers. We have 5 different designs, 3 are slightly larger. One is a 3-layer flower. One is a stick-on petal by petal flower, and one is what I like to call a poofy flower. And then we have 2 smaller ones. One is a rolled rose style flower, and one is a smaller single petal by petal flower. Now the initial inspiration for making these, it is my daughter's birthday next month. She is turning 6, and so for her party favours in her party bags, she wanted to have a unicorn headband. Now in order to soften the space between the headband and the horn and the ears, I am making these felt flowers to stick on. I'm also making a felt butterfly to put on each headband as well. So I will be making the unicorn headband and the felt butterfly videos. They will be coming to you, one over the next week and one the week after. So please look out for those videos. Once they are published, I will drop those links in the description box below anyway for you. Without further ado, let me show you how I made 5 different felt flower designs. Enjoy the video. So the first flower making is this little flower here, and the one I've got here is made up of the blue felt with the yellow in the middle. I have a selection of felt, so you can make it whichever colour you want, obviously. Change it to whichever theme you've got, as with all of the flowers I'm making. A template here, which is roughly about 1 inch in diameter. So I've cut that out, and I use that to cut out all the little bits to go around the edge. So I need 5 petals for this one, with a circle dot in the middle. You do, again, whichever colour, complementing colour you wish to put in the middle. And I've got a glue gun to stick it all together. So I'll just get on with this one. This one I'm going to make out of yellow. So what I do is I just cut a strip down the side that is the same width of the template. And the scissors need sharp. So I cut all the way across the edge there. Simple squares. And that one is too small for another one, but never throw these bits away because you can always use them to cut out the centerpieces for another one. So put that to the side. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, which are the petals I need for this flower. So then I just use the template, just round it. Quickly, freehand, just go around and tidy up the edges slightly and smooth off where I got a little bit angular on my cut. It doesn't have to be perfect, but it does annoy me when they are too angular, so this is just my own estimate. If you're not a little bit pernickety like me, you don't have to do this step. Last one. You only need 5 petals for this flower. This is one of the quicker ones out of the 5 that we're going to show you today. And once you've got them, then you just slice a little line up. I try and do the line just to below the centerpiece. 1 line on each, like that. The 4th one, and then the 5th one. That's it. And then what we need to do is we need to grab the glue gun. Now, my glue gun is getting a little bit old and a bit shabby now. It leaks glue a little bit, so I need to get one. You put a little dab on there like that, and then you bring over the petal petal so that the two lines align. Once you do this, you'll see what I mean. If you try and do it, I'll show you on the next one. If you try and do it a little bit too early, you'll get a bit of crossover and a bit of overlap here. So you're just trying to line it so that the lines line up. And then you just do the same for all 5. It's just a case of assembling your flower. So what I do is I put a little bit of dog on the back of them and then squish that into the next petal and they go together like that. And put it in there, one on top, like so, and the 4th one. One. So this one, because you need to glue it to 2 for this one, so you do the first bit, so you glue the first petal in like that, and then a dog in that one, and you bring that first petal that you glued on up and in and stick it down to that last petal, and there you go, is the outline of the flower. And then you just pick your centre colour. Now I've already cut these out. I have a selection for pink, purple, I've got blue, I've got yellow, which obviously I'm not going to use for this one because it's the same colour, and I have green. Now I'm being a bit unconventional. I am using green to make some of the flowers and some of the flower bits, but for this instance I think I'm going to use the purple. I'm just changing these up each one I do. As I said in the intro, I'm making a load of the unicorn crowns, the unicorn headbands for my daughter's birthday. And just dab it in and squeeze it into the middle there. And so all these flowers are going to go on top of the headbands. So I'm just changing colours as I go. And there we go. It's a little flower to go on the headband. That's your first flower done. Second flower we're going to make is this little puffy one. It's really quite pretty. And this, again, it's a very, very simple one. I'm using the template here. It's a slightly larger circle, as I'll show you. And we are looking at about 1 3/4 inch diameter on that circle template. We just need to cut out a number of these. So we're looking at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 circles, and then 1 for the base. So that's 8 in total. And we'll get that done, and then you just fold them up, glue them together, and then stick them on. The colour I'm going to make on this one is a blue one. So similar to how I did the last one. So hold it out, and then I just cut a strip down the edge of the felt, using the template as a guide. The same again into squares. Okay, and keep those bits. This one I need more squares for. Takes a bit more felt, this one. So just keep going. So you've got your 8 squares needed for this flower. And this one I do slightly different because it's a little bit easier, so I can fold this one up. So I usually just do it in half. I guess it's completely up to you. The smaller one I can't fold because it's too small in the cardboard creases. So if you have a thinner template, it would work. But I do the same. I cut them all out and then I go round and I just tidy up the edges slightly to make them a little bit more circular where they've got a bit angular on the cut. that's all been cut out. And then, like I said, just a quick tidy. They're a little bit angular. Again, it doesn't have to be perfect at all, and if you want to miss this step out, that's absolutely fine, especially with this one. Oh, I should have got a bit of cardboard in that one. Especially with this flower, as they all get sort of bent towards each other anyway. Make the little swirl, and you get your glue gun, and you put a little bit of glue along the line like that, and then fold them in half on each other, hold them for a second, and then you have the swirl. And you've got to do that with all of them but one. One is the base, so then you need to do that with all those. And these go on 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 3 on top. So what I need to do now is glue them on. So dollop on there, and then these go on each quarter. So what I like to do is make sure that the folds are facing the same way, just to add a bit of continuity on there. So I'm going to have the folds all facing to the left. And that's the 4 there like that. And then to get the 3 in the middle, I just tend to put them 3 randomly, but in order to get the same height, because these are obviously stuck down, I cut off a little bit at the bottom, so like the bottom triangle of them all, and then put a bit of glue along the bottom like that, and then stick them in like that. So 1. I need to sharpen my scissors. 2, and then the 3rd one. Triangle 3. There we go, and then when they're in, just give it a bit of a shake. Move it up slightly, and now that one is sitting a bit higher. So what I'm going to do is, if I take that out quickly before it dries, stick another bit of glue in it, and I'm going to push it down a little bit further into the flower when it doesn't sit so high with the final one. Give it a bit of a shake, pop it up slightly, and there you go. So there, I've got blue strands all over that one now. Look at that. There's the purple one, and there's the blue one. All ready to go. This next flower, I don't have a large example of it, but I have a small example. So we're looking at this rolled flower here. So this one I did to include on the headbands. However, it is a lot smaller than the other ones. If I get that poofy flower we've just done, it is a smaller one. Now I'm going to make it slightly larger than this one is now, just to make it a bit more uniform with the other flowers. So I don't want it to be tiny, so I'm hoping it will be roughly about the same size as this one once I've done. So the size of the template that we're using is this one, and then we're going to use the pink felt with this one, and then we're going to cut around that one and then cut it into a spiral. So if you've got a Cricut or some kind of die cutting machine, you can use it on these. I'm sure they'd have some kind of flower stencil or flower die on those, but I don't have one, or I do have one but I don't have access to it right now, so I'm going to do it by hand, but I'm sure there is some kind of program that you can pick up on one of these. So I'm going to cut it out by hand, and then we're going to cut it into a spiral, and then we're going to roll it up and secure it with glue, and that will be the rolled flower. It looks a little bit like a rose, which I think they're really pretty. I like it when you squish them slightly so you can see all the petals. So there we go. So cut the square out, so it's size, and because this is so big, I do the same as the other one. I cut it into half. So I fold it in half, add the stencil on, and then cut round. And then I do the same for these as I did for the circle ones. I then go around and tidy it up slightly. That one there, we'll see they didn't cut very well. But because we're doing the rolled flower, I then cut the indents. Like, it's quite hard to do with the cardboard as a guide, but I cut in so that each of the indents are slightly more pronounced, so that you get more of a petal shape when you come to roll it. So I do a little nick each side, and then join it up the other side, and tidy up the curves as I go. There you go, you can see it's more of a pronounced petal shape now. So, next stage, I'll quickly tidy up my mess a little bit. So now I need to cut in a spiral on this one. So starting this side. So the Cricut ones, or any of the other kind of cutting die ones, will probably have this program on there, and the spiral will have the petal shape for the internal part of the flower, but I don't have that, so we're going to try it without it, and hopefully it will work. There we go, and that's it spiraled. And then what I'm going to do is just roll this up from the centre. So I'm going to put a dab of glue on there just to get it started. Just roll. Some people add glue all the way as they go, but I'm just going to add it every now and then just to hold it in place. Just before the petals start. And what I might do when we come to look at it in a minute, I might shorten that petal down there just so that the first one isn't quite so high up. it at a different place to frame the flower. There we go, that's the last one. There we go. And there we have a little rolled flower. Very pretty, cute little thing. And then what I do is I tend to push the middle out and push the petals open so that we can see it a bit more. And there we have it. And it's not much larger after all that anyway, but that's okay. Still a very pretty little flower. So this next flower is just a simple layered flower of 3 different stencils cut out and layered together with the centerpiece. And on this one I've stuck 2 leaves on. That's up to you whether you do or not. I may do, I may not, yeah. So I'm going to do that. So I'm going to do this one in blue. Got the 3 different size stencils that I've already drawn out. And I'm going to cut these out and then we'll layer them up. There we go, 1, 2, 3. Let me tidy up this mess. Oops, I took out my stencil. So then the next thing to do is just to make it slightly raised, like this one. So I cut through to the centre on all of them. Just a little slit through them all. And then what we do is we just loop over one to give it a little bit of a height. So put a bit of glue on the next one over, lift the petal and stick it down on the next one. And there we go. And just do, oops, it's stuck to me. Just do that to all 3 petals. That's the middle one. There we go, and then the large one. This isn't quite to the middle. And that petal over the top, stick it on that one. And there we go, that's the 3. And then we just layer up the 3. So put a dollop of glue in the middle. The large one, stick the medium one inside, pick off bits of the glue, they're getting in the way. There we go, and then a dollop of glue in the middle. And you get your little one and put that one in. And there is your 3 layers of flowers. And then all that I do to finish this one off is for the centre to have a little bit of a have the centre bit in the flower. And this one I've got a pink one cut. That is just a tiny bit of felt cut into a circle as an offcut. So a tiny little dollop of glue in the middle. Get your offcut and just plop it in there. And there we go. There's your little flower. And then you could do some petals as well if you wish. Now these I just do freehand, so just cut up a bit of green. The length you want, and then I will just fold them in half and cut them into like a petally shape, and usually that's just more of like a pointed oval, like that, and just trim off the edges, make it a bit tidier. There you can see the leaf shape there. There's a number of different leaf shapes that you can do. But this is the easiest one that I find. It's just very quick, very simple. You can see how quick and how simple this particular shape is. So there we go. There's 2 leaves quickly done. And then depending on how you want them put on, dollop a bit of glue on the bottom of the leaf, on the centre out. I quite like it when they're sticking between the 2 petals, but that again is just my choice. So for the second one, dollop of glue, and I'm going to stick that one on so it appears next to the last one, but also between the 2 petals. There you go, 2 leaves on your flower. And that one there I've done it 2 different size leaves as well. So the blue one and a purple one. So this flower we're making is this little one. It's a flat one, it's not raised at all. And it's made up a number of these different petals here, stuck on a circular base. So the base we're using is the same one as previously, and this one is 1 3/4 inches wide. And we're going to do it in purple. So cut round the circle in purple, one for the base, and a number of different ones. And then we cut the circles into quarters, and then cut these little heart shapes just to give it this pretty petal shape on the hearts. And then we stick them on around the base, layer up 3 layers, and then centre a little circle in the middle. The same as before. Cut a strip of the material wide enough for the template, cut it into squares and cut out the circles that way. Right, and then you need to go around the edges and to straighten out the edges where they've got a little angular, as I've done on all the other ones. cut them into 4, these quarters. So then the next step to do is to make the little heart petal shape. So we fold these little quarter circles on themselves to the point, and then using the shape itself, cut out half the heart. So curve around the middle, making sure that the fold is at the centre of the heart, cut down to the heart, and you've got a little heart shape. And you keep doing for all of the ones you've got until you need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 maybe. So you need 15 of those. So for all of these that you've cut up, you'll need to cut into a little heart petal shape. Got your pile of hearts all done. You take a circle base like this one, and then using your hearts and your hot glue, just put a dab of hot glue on the point of the heart, and then just tack it on so that the petals just sit slightly proud off the base, and then just continue that all the way around. For this bottom layer I don't overlap any of the petals, but that's completely up to you. So I will do them so they sit. So I'm lining them up around the edge. So I put them on one by one like this, dab of hot glue, stick it around the edge, and just slowly move your way round for this bottom layer. And it doesn't really matter if the hearts are a slightly different size, because that just gives the petals and the handmadeness of this, you know, it shows that it is hand cut, it is handmade, rather than a machine cut uniform flower shape. And that's the bottom layer all done, like that. And then I just layer it up as I go on the next layer. So I'll pick a heart out and I try and cover up each of the gaps now. And this layer starts to overlap slightly now. So I cover up each of the gaps that are left, like that. So as you can see, these ones will start to cover over and layer over each other. That's the third one for this layer. last one for this layer and stick that on. And then we do one more layer of the heart around the middle. I do 3 on this one just because it gets a bit tight, but you just sort of play it by ear a little bit. So I've done 1 there. You could do 4, I might try 4, but I quite like the look of 3. So I do 1 there. Actually no, 4 would fit. 1, 2, 3, we'll see. I might change it up on the next one. And that's the final one. No, there you go, there's the 3 on there. That's the centre. So the 3 layers of all the hearts, as you can see, with the heart, with the bumps on the top, adds a petal-like effect, which is really pretty. And then you need a centre dot. So I'm going to do this one, I'll do the opposite of this one, so I'll do this centre yellow. And there you go, I've already got 1 cut out. So using the hot glue, so dot the hot glue on the back, spin it round, and then just press it in. Then you have 1 yellow one and 1 purple one. Now the same with the other ones, you could always add leaf if you wished. I'll just quickly cut out a leaf shape to show you. So same as before, I just cut a strip of these like that and cut it into the leaf length. I'll do 2 on this one. And that, if I fold that length in 2, like so, and then cut out the leaf shape. So starting from a point one end, curving, oh gosh, that's gone a bit wrong. So starting from the point one end, curving it round, coming to a point the other side. There we go, so leaf shape there. And then using the second one, doing exactly the same technique. Starting from a point, curving it round, and coming to a point the other end. There's the second leaf shape. I think that one looks better that way up. And actually I might change the shape of this one ever so slightly just so it looks similar. Again, the good thing about this is because it is cut by hand and made by hand, you can change it about as you wish and it's not going to look out of place because each one is completely different. There's your 2 leaves, so I'm going to stick them on the back using the hot glue, the dot on the bottom, and then place your leaf wherever it is you want, there, and then again a dot on the bottom, place your leaf, again I'm going to do them split closest to each other on that one. There's your purple one with and the yellow one without, and that's your 2 heart-shaped petaled flowers. And there you have 5 different felt flower designs for you to make and put wherever you want really. If you're going to make a unicorn headband, use them on those. You could put them on hair clips, you could put them on headbands without the horn for the unicorn. You can make a little ring out of those, you can make a necklace, a brooch. The ideas are endless. Please let me know your inspirations and what you do with your felt flowers in the comment section below. And if you've enjoyed this video, please do give it a massive thumbs up. All your likes and comments really do help my channel grow and I appreciate every single one. And I look forward to seeing you on the next video. Thank you for watching, bye bye.